Welcome back. We've been making our way back through this route for a while now, checking out the different routes, the different endings we achieve. We got 2 more left before I think there's a major significant one, because why would they give us so much room compared to these ones? Like, you can see it looks uniquely different. Like this one, it's like it's got 2 lines splitting up from it. These only have really 1. In that kind of way, it's like, and then it goes forward. These ones split off. So it's like, So let's get through these ones. Do we save Darumi this time? No. No. Decide your destiny. Not exactly my destiny now, is it? Save Darumi. No. It can only be a bad ending, right? Because it's the whole situation with the suit and everything. Yugumu was right. If the anti-sponsor alliance got wiped out now, all hope would be lost. The best we could do was survive and carry on Hiroko's will. As I made to leave, my gaze fell on her. Now on the verge of death. Like, yeah, but the suit is right there.
I'm sorry I couldn't save you, Hiroko. But we'll definitely bring down the sponsor. I promise.
Yugumu and I... Try that again. Yugumu and I... It was like Yugumu and I turned around and started running as fast as we could. I'm sorry, Hiroko. I'm so sorry. I mumbled words of apology over and over again under my breath as we dashed across the town ruins. What happens as a result? We made it back to school by the skin of our teeth. I threw myself onto the bed once I was in my room, exhausted from the non-stop fighting since morning. But my heart couldn't rest. The weight of my regret grew heavier with each passing moment. Hiroko. Darumi. I could have saved them if I'd stepped in. I abandoned my allies to certain death. No. No, I didn't. I shook my head, yelling in an attempt to reject my self-proof. And by the time I'd seen them, it was already too late. My decision to flee was to avert total annihilation. I'd made the right choice. I mean, we've seen the other route now, mate, so... I didn't abandon them to die. They were already beyond saving. Oh, ding dong. Is that Yugumu? You might be here to talk about what to do next. Now that Hiroko's dead, we need to have a serious discussion about the future of the anti-sponsor alliance. I opened the door to let Yugumu in, but somebody else was on the other side. Takimaru? Ima and Kako too? What do you guys want? What do we want? Quit playing dumb, you freaking scumbag. Where? Takimaru grabbed hold of me and enraged look on his face. What's this about? Why are you so angry? Why wouldn't it be? 2 of our friends just got killed. 2? You mean Hiroko and Darumi? We checked the rankings just now and saw. They died all of a sudden. It didn't seem right. So we did some investigating of our own. And guess what? We received eyewitness reports that confirm you committed the crime, Mr. Sumino. From who? What? Crime? The zombie saw you leaving in a hurry with Hiroko and Darumi this morning. 2 people you were hanging out with suddenly dropped dead. What do you think that means, genius? I'll tell you what it means. It means you killed them. I didn't. It wasn't me. We went out to hunt invaders together, but then the Squad 3 commander showed up and then... I explained what happened without going into too much detail. Told them about Hiroko, Darumi, Yugumu, and myself forming a team to carry out a certain operation. When the commander suddenly showed up, he killed Darumi and Hiroko. Yugumu and I had no choice but to escape. Duh? That's a lie if I've ever heard one. It makes a lot more sense to think you're the one who killed Miss Amamiya and Miss Shizuhara. Those 2 occupied the top position in the rankings. You must have set them up so you could take their place. Like, yeah, they don't have a clue at this point, the whole idea of if you take someone out who's got a lot of points, you go to the top of the rankings because you'll get their points kind of thing. They don't know that. So Takumi's probably not at the top. He might be at this point. I can't remember what the rankings were, but it's still that case of like he would have flew to the top if that was the case, but they don't know that. Who would kill another person for that? I get it. You don't trust me. But you can check with Yugamu, can't you? He can attest to the fact that I wasn't the one who killed them. I don't believe a single word that perverted clown says. Besides, you might just be colluding with each other. Therefore, I'm afraid we have found you guilty on the basis of a long string of circumstantial evidence. And now you're under arrest. Enjoy your stay in the courtyard cage. Don't forget to make friends with Eva. No, stop. Let go. Let go of me. Calm down and stop resisting. They caught me and restrained me before I could say anything more. I was wondering what was going to happen with the other cage. Now we know. I was thrown into one of the cages in the courtyard. I didn't kill them. You got it all wrong. Let me out of here. No matter how hard I tried to protest, Takumi refused to listen. I was left to languish in the cage. I stayed there day after day. Eventually we reached the end of the first round. Since I couldn't take part in the hunt anymore, I'd fallen into last place, and the bees came for me. And credits. Yep. Round 1 loser. Okay, well that didn't turn out well, so I'm assuming he's still going to lose here though, so what's that going to be called? Round 1 loser A? Because that one wasn't B or anything, so what would you call this one? Guess we'll find out. Because he's going to lose, or he just dies? Maybe. Team up with Yugamu. No. All the way back there. Sorry. Can't team up with you. I was convinced Yugamu had to be plotting something, given that he went out of his way to approach me after I'd been ostracized. The things he usually talked about already made me uneasy. He probably just wanted to torment me for his own amusement. Aww. Especially because we know later it's like, that's not the case, no. Oh, for the love of murder. You're a cautious one, aren't you, Takumi? Turning me down is as good as having a death wish, you know. Unless you have someone else in mind. No, I'm not going to team up with anyone. I'll survive by myself. So stop following me. With that, I ran away. Huff, huff. I ran and ran until I was nearly out of breath, trying to get away from Yugamu as quickly as I could. The thought that he might be trying to kill me struck fear into my heart. It's just work. But no matter how far I ran, I didn't feel safe. After all, I was up against a professional assassin. I continued to run around with heedless abandon. Where am I? Realized I'd ended up in a place I'd never seen before. Where is this? Which direction is the school? I started looking around at my surroundings. All of a sudden, a huge swarm of school invaders popped out of the shadows. Of all times to show up. I spun around and began to flee. Despite my best efforts, I was unable to shake off the pursuing invaders that went. They kept coming after me relentlessly, trying to intimidate me with their weird cries like the whole time. Huff huff. I'd been running for what felt like hours, but they were still going as they were hot on my tail. In fact, there were now even more invaders than before. And then it finally happened. The invaders managed to completely surround me like, yeah, you're done for. I saw no way out. The only thing I can do now is fight, but I can't possibly beat this many invaders by myself.
Somebody, help me!
Of course, it was pointless to call for help.
Yugamu, are you out there somewhere?
He wouldn't come help me now. Not after I slapped away his offer to work together so thoughtlessly. Sorry, I can't team up with you. Why did I turn down his offer to help? Alright, because I'd gotten so paranoid. I'd lost my mind after falling out of favor with everyone else, and took that frustration out on Yugumu. But all he really wanted was to save my life. It was too late for regrets. I was truly alone now. Yes, the invaders were getting more and more excited, like animals licking their lips before a big meal. I fancy big meal. I'll do it after this recording session. It's Sunday for me, so you know. They found me isolated from the others, and now they couldn't wait to start tearing me apart. Slowly and steadily, they inched closer. And the closer they got, the stronger the smell of death became. Or, you know, whatever they were doing. My breathing quickened, my body was trembling. I instinctively understood that this was the end. As I looked death in the face, I finally understood how powerless someone who was completely isolated could be. Somebody who had lost the trust of others, who had lost the ability to trust others. Well done. On the screen, that is. Somebody like that was already as good as dead. And credits! So what's it called? As good as dead. Right then, so we'll use that as a place to end this part, and and in the next part we'll see about heading on over to this route. Now I'm assuming, you know what, we'll do it two ways. Either it's just going to be another ending, and I'll show that in just a second, or it is an entirely other route, because it's that sort of thing, like, because it's different, it feels like it's going to be a significant change, because we're not joining the invader hunt, so it's like, well, that is a different path completely, assuming we do that. So it's either going to be just another ending like these ones and be like, okay, we'll show that in just a second, or it's a completely different route and we'll follow that in the next part. So either we'll cut to the ending now, or if you're still here right now and I'm saying this and you can hear this, I'll see you in the next part with whatever this other route is. Yeah. It probably is based on the fact, like, you know, like we go from chapter 15 0 to A. There at that point, it's like it's gonna be B or something, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, if you're hearing this, you know definitely it is another route, because, like I said, it's like either we've cut to the ending, or you're hearing this bit because it is another route, and I'll see you in the next part. So, you know, yeah, I'll see you in the next part then. Ta-da for now.